What's up, Coyotes? It's Jaden from journalism, and today we're going to be interviewing staff and students about CAASP testing.
I'm here with Lauren. All right, Lauren, how do you feel about CAASP testing?
I feel like it's important, but most of the people don't really do it because it has like no meaning. But maybe there's some people that do it, but it's really not too important for us.
Okay, will you be studying for the CAASP testing? No. All right, do you think we should get rid of CAASP testing? If so, what do you think we should do instead?
I feel maybe they should do it less, not too long. Or maybe just like in short periods, because it's really long and like most of the students doesn't really do it. They don't really do it.
Thank you. All right, I'm here with
Jordan Gaskins.
All right, Jordan, how do you feel about CAASP testing?
Honestly, it's pretty easy, but it's a little stressful sometimes.
Okay, will you be studying for the CAASP testing?
In my free time, yeah, probably.
Okay, do you find CAASP testing useful and why?
I find it useful just like colleges look into it.
All right, do you think we should get rid of CAASP testing? If so, what do you think the school should do instead?
I think they should get rid of the science part and just give them math and English.
I'm here with
Jonathan.
All right, Jonathan, how do you feel about CAASP testing?
It's not that bad, but it's kind of hard. There's a lot of questions, kind of overwhelming, but it's okay.
All right, will you be studying for the CAASP testing?
I haven't, to be honest, but I'm just doing my best.
Okay. Do you find CAASP testing useful and why?
Not really. Well, with my knowledge, I don't really know the things that are on the test. So.
Okay. Do you think we should get rid of CAASP testing? If so, what do you think the school should do instead?
We could keep it. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
All right, thank you. I'm here with
Robbie.
All right, Robbie, how do you feel about the CAASP testing?
To be honest, I don't feel like the students know how it helps them at all, so there's not really a motivation for them to take it.
Okay, will you be studying for the CAASP testing?
No.
Okay. Do you find CAASP testing useful and why?
I think it's useful in the sense that you can see where you're at, but it doesn't. The results don't really, from what I know, don't really impact you. So.
Okay. Do you think we should get rid of CAASP testing? If so, what do you think the school should do instead?
I don't know if we should get rid of it. Maybe go back to the high school placement test instead of CAASP testing.
Thank you. I'm here with All right, Richie, how do you feel about CAASP testing?
Very nervous.
Will you study for CAASP testing?
Probably not.
Okay. Do you find CAASP testing useful and why?
I find it useful because you can find out what classes to take in college.
Okay. Do you think we should get rid of CAASP testing? If so, what do you think the school should do instead?
I don't think we should get rid of it. I don't think so. Why? Because I think it's important so that you get put in the right classes.
All right, I'm here with.
Maya Barnes.
All right, Maya, how do you feel about CAASP testing?
I'm trying to prepare myself as best as I can. I'm not really ready, but I'm just doing it.
Okay, will you study for the CAASP testing?
The math portion, yeah. But everything else, no.
Okay. Do you find CAASP testing useful and why?
Not really, because I don't really know how it's going to help me later on.
Okay. Do you think we should get rid of CAASP testing? If so, what do you think the school should do instead?
I don't think so, because some people actually use it. So it could be helpful for some people to maybe.
Thank you.
Hello Coyotes, I'm a part of the journalism and my name is Gabriel. Today I will be giving a brief summary about the CAASP testing. The CAASP testing is a digital online test that students will take. The CAASP testing does not affect any student's grades, but helps the staff see where students are academically with their classes. The CAASP testing usually spans for 2 to 3 weeks, with students being in their classes for an amount of time And the main three topics for the CAASP testing are usually math, English, and science.
Mr. Cuevas?
I'm here with.
Mr. Kailiponi.
Alright. Do you guys think CAS testing is important?
Yes, yeah, I do think CAS testing is important. The reason why is that's the data we use to find out how well we are actually teaching our students. And that data helps us know where our students struggle, and then we adjust so that we can help them in that area.
And just to piggyback on what Mr. Caliponi is saying, yeah, it's data that we use as a school to help support our students, right? Continue to grow, make sure that you guys are reaching the state levels where you need to be. I know that for you guys it can be draining. It's also draining for our teachers and our staff, but overall we all know that it's a way for us to see where we're at as a school and see where our students and what their needs might be.
Okay. Why do you guys think, how has CAS testing changed over the years?
Well, I know that in the old days it was a Scantron and booklets, and it was a lot tougher to test because you have to organize these paper tests, and teachers had to pick them up. When we went electronic, it's easier to test now. I mean, basically log on, take the test. One of the innovations, and this is Dr. Jenkins' innovation, is that she's trying to have students take the test with their teachers that they're assigned to. Because the teacher that they're assigned to cares more about, hey, I want you to do good on the test. So we're gonna see how that helps, that we have teachers that are actually teaching the students and, how they help that student achieve at the highest they can in the test.
Yeah, and I mean, like again, piggyback on Mr. K, I would say the biggest change, we went from paper and pencil to a computer now, right? And being someone that has administered and been in charge of testing before, as a person in charge, you were afraid that you'd give the wrong test to the wrong student or that you would lose a test. Now that we're more electronic, right, you don't lose a test, but there are other issues in regards to students not entering proper IDs and stuff like that. So we still have some issues, but it went pretty much from old paper and pencil to electronic would be the biggest change.
Okay, do you guys think the school will ever get rid of CAS testing?
No, the reason is the state has to have a measurement to see how schools are doing.
Yeah.
It might be called something different, but there will always be some type of test that kind of monitors how schools are doing throughout the state.
Yeah, and it's not really up to the school. It's more on the state and what they're using to measure, right, the students' levels. So it's not on us, it's the state.
All right, last question. In you guys' opinion, do you guys like CAS testing?
I know it's hard on students, and I know that there's, it's hard to be motivated to take a test where you're not getting a grade, or it doesn't affect you, right? Like, I'm not gonna get a bonus because I took this test.
Yeah.
But I like it because it does open our eyes. Hey, look, we're struggling in teaching kids this. And it forces us as a school to make a plan on how we're gonna do better. And that's what our job is, to improve on how we work with kids and how we help them learn.
I would say it's a positive, right? As educators, it's a positive because we use the scores to help you guys. But we're also gonna keep it real. It's long days for you guys. It's also long days for the teachers, draining for the people that are in charge of making sure all of you guys are taking the test, because we need to make sure we meet a percentage, which is a very high percentage of all the students that need to be tested. So it's a draining for you guys, draining for us, but it's a positive overall because we need those scores to help to grow as a school.
Okay, thank you.
All right.